Well, it's another week here on planet Earth. Wow. So much has happened in the last week. I wonder if it's only just me or if it's happening collectively, you know? Comment in the comments below. Yeah, comment below. See if, you want to share anything that's happened this past weekend, this past week, today, this morning. Wow. It's a lot. I'm still reflecting on everything, and that's why this episode is called Trust Your Internal GPS. Your internal guidance system, it always knows what's right, what's wrong, what you should go to, what you should move towards, and the things you should stay away from. It's amazing. So last week, I think it was Wednesday. Wednesday I was driving Uber. And one of the last rides that I did, long story short, I ended up driving this couple, and they were pretty cool. The conversation was funny and entertaining, I would say. But then things just started happening. I kind of got a weird vibe from them, and essentially they were offering me cash, a lot of cash, to drive them off the Uber app. So I was like, well, this is really good money. I'm considering it. But then just stories started popping up, and I just was like, I don't know. This sounds like a lot. So eventually I just trusted my gut. I'm like, you must move away from this. End the ride and go. I think I made the right choice. Because I'm not going to get into details about here, but just things that I was seeing, hearing. I knew there was something happening, and I didn't want to be a part of it. So that's a great example of trusting your gut, because if you feel like something's unsettling, and I don't think I had goosebumps, but I had that sort of sensation where I just knew something's up, and potentially my safety was in jeopardy. Maybe not with them, but maybe some other people connected to them. Not sure. But yeah. And then the weekend was great. If you're following my other channel, Starving Actor Food Reviews, I was with my buddy John for his birthday in Tampa. And we decided on Saturday just to do a whole bunch of food reviews, even 2 beer reviews. So also on that channel, you just see the video. It's called Thirsty Actor Beer Reviews. But anyway, so we had a great weekend. Fantastic. Absolutely wonderful laughs, incredible food, just a wonderful time. And I had my car parked in visitor parking, which John knew about, was visitor parking and all that. And then come Sunday night, we went out, saw some football games, on the TV, and then we came back about 9:30 at night, and I'm upstairs, I'm doing my laundry, I'm starting to fold my laundry. And I'm like, we should probably I asked him if he could help me to bring my stuff to the car, so that we could so I wouldn't have to put everything in my car the following morning. So and something was kind of telling me just relax, maybe watch Curb Your Enthusiasm first at 10:30, and then go take the stuff. But I just wanted to get over and done with, because I guess that's pride or something. I just get it over and done with, that's it. So I went against what I was feeling internally. So John and I took laundry, whatever stuff I didn't need that night into the car, so to make it easier for tomorrow morning. That was about, I think we did that at about 10:05, 10:10, something like that. And came back, chilled, had some laughs, and then started watching Curb Your Enthusiasm at 10:30. Next morning, I'm ready to go. Him and I are having a great conversation, and I'm like, all right, cool, let's go. Grab my stuff. We start walking out, and I had a few beers the other day, because football Sunday. And as we go out, John doesn't realize, but I'm like, it was like that, dude, where's my car moment? Where's my car? Did I park it somewhere else? Thinking. And I'm like, holy crap. They took away my car. They towed my car. It was crazy. We went to the leasing office and we spoke to the people, and they're like, oh, yeah, well, it's not visitor parking. got into this whole thing. They're like, oh, visitor parking is actually down over there. And, John mentioned, he's like, well, when I moved here, I was told by the leasing office that this is, if you park where the residents park, you will get towed. So park in the leasing office park. Anyway, those were the circumstances, nothing you can do about it. So later on, when I went to go pick up the car with John, the woman at the towing place said that they picked up the car. It said on the slip 10:14. 10:14. 4 minutes. Now, what if I trusted my gut, trusted my internal GPS? Maybe we would have been out there putting the stuff in the car just as the towing place was showing up, and then they would have said, hey, are you a resident? No, I'm not a resident. Oh, you're not supposed to park here. You're supposed to park over there. All of that, the money that was given and all that, the stress, all that could have been gone. But then again, look, this is a learning lesson. There's something, I know what I've learned from this. Essentially, like, you got to ask the questions. You got to make sure. And also, sometimes these things happen for others. Maybe it's for my friend. Maybe it's for the woman at the leasing office. Because after that, they sent out a mass text to all the residents saying, where the visitor parking and all that kind of stuff. So look at that. Maybe because of my experience, which seemed brutal, now is helping somebody else who maybe is not doing well financially. Or maybe it's, when I spoke to the woman at the towing place, I tried, explaining the situation. She's like, can't do it, and I just, all I could do was accept what had happened. And then I just asked her questions of, like, what got you into this work? Like, what? Anyway, I made a previous video a few months back. It's like, I think it's like projection. Is it your lesson or theirs? Something like that. Sometimes things happen to us to help somebody else. Something you might say, something you might do, it'll make them think, make them reflect, make them consider, what else can I do? The woman actually said, she's like, I'm actually planning on retiring next year. And who knows? Maybe this week is her last week. I don't know. But, it's just the things that happen in our life can be crazy and seem unfair. And, it's easy to take the victim route. It's so easy to take the victim route. But, trust me, I was upset. I was very upset. When I was on the phone with her, she's like, you have to bring $200 cash. Sorry, it's just the ATM machine isn't working. And I'm like, oh, you poor thing. I wasn't holding back. I wasn't a jerk, but I was pissed. I was livid. I was so livid. But then on the drive over, I'm like, all right, what is good about this? What can I learn from this? So that's a second example of trusting your internal GPS. And also, Sunday, there was somebody. I got a text from an unknown number. Well, the number was there. They weren't saved in my phone, and had a feeling it was somebody that I knew. I had a feeling who it might have been, and I won't lie. It gave me a little bit of an ego boost because I had a feeling that this person would reach out sooner or later. So it gave me an ego boost for sure. And there was curiosity, like, okay, should I what's the word, entertain this? Should I, I'm like, oh, it'd be cool to catch up, stuff like that. But then something internally was telling me, let it go. What's done is done. There was an experience. There's nothing else to explore or, again, just experience. So, and you got to trust that. So people come in and out of our lives for a reason, I always say it's cliche, but it's so freaking true. It's so true. Somebody can be in your life for a week, 3 months, in this case, for a year, for a decade, but sometimes certain things, certain circumstances that happen in your life either makes them slowly exit your life, or a major event happens where it's like, there's like clashing. I don't know if you remember this movie, Hancock, with Will Smith, kind of like a superhero movie. but like I guess the woman who's a superhero, they have like this I think it's like a soul connection, soulmates, and they have this such a strong connection. But whenever that they are together, just the world goes in disarray and destruction and all that, and like they have to be pulled apart for things to be calm. You know, sometimes people exit your life through a huge event like that, where it's like things are just going wrong, there's tension, there's so much passion that it's too much. It's too much. And you have to trust that. You have to trust that. You take the lesson, you take the experience, you take the gifts that come when people are in your life, and then when they leave. Gratitude. Gratitude is not just being like, oh, I'm so grateful I have a car that I love. I'm so grateful that I have my health. I mean, that's a good one. But, you know, you got to be grateful for the shit that happens to you, because they're cloaked. They're cloaked as AKA shit. But they're all meant there to come into your life to help you learn, to grow, to give you an opportunity to become better, the person that you really are, I'm not going to get into spirituality big time on this one, but to essentially become your essential, your natural essence. You know, even in this moment, I feel the gratitude of just like these lessons that come in and out of my life. You know, sometimes things can seem a little monotonous. It's like, oh, things are good. They start getting a little boring, you know? And then things happen in your life where they end up shaking things up a little bit. It feels good. It does feel good. So I see that this was more so a video for me to vent. So if you watched this long, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. But the point is always to trust your internal GPS, because, you know, when you tend to trust it, things seem to pass with ease. When you don't, and you go opposite, that's where shit hits the fan, right? But even if you don't trust it, the thing is that there's always going to be a lesson. So whether you chose to trust it or not, was it a bad decision, a good decision? It's up to you how you want to think about it. But I always say, trust your gut, turn on that GPS, and see where life takes you. Have an amazing week, guys.